بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم استستغيثون ربكم فاستجاب لكم أني ممدكم بألف من الملائكة مردفين. We're discussing the battle of Badr, and we had come to the point where we explained in regards to Hazrat Miqdad radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And Hazrat Miqdad radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he told Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam that Ya Rasulullah imdi lima amarakallah, that go wherever Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala has commanded to go. Wherever you love to go, you go there, and we will give our lives for you. It is mentioned when the Bay'at Aqaba had taken place, and when Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam was told that now come down to Madinatul Munawwara. So there the Sahaba told Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Ya Rasulullah, that we will stand with you, and if ever any enemy has to attack you, we will defend you, we will fight against those enemies. But they told Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, Ya Rasulullah, that if there has to be a war that takes place out of Madinatul Munawwara, then there you must make mashwara with the Ansar of Madina Sharif. And if the Ansar of Madina Sharif, they in favor, they agree, then we will fight with you outside Madinatul Munawwara. So the promise was in Madinatul Munawwara, no problem, we will defend you. But outside Madinatul Munawwara, there you must make mashwara with the Ansar of Madina Sharif. So therefore Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam repeated this question, and he asked the Sahaba that what is your Rai in this matter? Should we go and fight against the kuffar, the mushrikeen of Makkah? So the Sa'ad bin Mu'adh radiallahu ta'ala, he understood that this question is being directed to us. So the Sa'ad bin Mu'adh radiallahu ta'ala stood up, and he gave a very, very inspiring, very, very eloquent speech, and he emphasized and he told Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam that Ya Rasulullah, we are with you, that if you ask us to jump the ocean, then we will all jump the ocean, and not one of us that are here will remain behind. To this extent, we are prepared to support you and to fight against the kuffar of Makkah Sharif. And when he mentioned this is when Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam now made the final decision. And he said, now we are going to go onto the battlefield and we're going to fight against the kuffar of Makkah. The caravan has now left and the caravan is gone. It is mentioned they went to Badr. When they came to Badr, the kuffar of Makkah had already reached Badr. They were already on the plains of the battlefield. So it is mentioned there was one area where there was water. So the kuffar secured that area for them. So the water was now with them. And the area that they secured, the ground was also very hard, because the water was there, the ground was hard, so their feet were also firm on the ground. So the mu'mineen, the believers, Sahaba, they had to take an area. Number one, there was no water. Number two, the soil was very soft. It was moving about. So it made it difficult for the Sahaba to move around. So they had to take this area. They were left with no other option. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam looked at the kuffar, that for every mu'min, there's going to be 3 kafirs that will be able to attack him. At that time, he just turned to Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. And with humbleness, he cried and he made dua to Allah ta'ala, that, oh Allah, these people, they have come here, they denying the Nabi of Allah. Oh Allah, you promised me your help. Oh Allah, if we are destroyed on this day, there will never be another jamaat on the surface of the earth that will make your ibadat and will worship you, Allah. So this is the dua that Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam made. And after that, Nabi alayhi salatu wasallam went onto a little area, onto a little hill, from where he could see the entire battlefield. That night he took the Sahaba and he walked onto the battlefield, and then he indicated, he said, this is the place where Abu Jahl is going to die. This is the place where Umayyah is going to die. This is the place where Shayba is going to die. This is the place where Utbah is going to die. And he indicated to various places where various leaders of the kuffar are going to die. And really in those places that Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam indicated, exactly and accurately on those places the kuffar had died. It is mentioned 3 days this battle took place, and thereafter for 3 days Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam remained in Badr. 70 kuffar had lost their lives, and there was a well that was in Badr. 24 of the kuffar, they were taken and thrown into this well. Today, where that well is, today the toilets are constructed in that area. People's stool and people's urine go onto those kuffar that had died on the occasion of the battle of Badr. So this is how Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala humiliated them in this dunya, and leave the humiliation of the akhirat that is even much more worse. So after 3 days, Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam started departing from Badr. As he was departing from Badr, he came to that well. Some Sahaba were with Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam stood at the well and he said, "Oh Utbah, oh Shayba, oh Abu Jahl." He took the name of various kuffar and he said that wouldn't it have been better if you obeyed Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that what Allah Ta'ala has promised us, we have found to be true. What Allah promised you, have you found to be true? From here a masla of deen is taken out about sima'i mauta, that these people were dead and they were thrown into the well. Can the dead man hear when you speak to him or not? So here there is a great discussion in the kitabs of hadith of sima'i mauta, can they hear or not? Yes, Allah Ta'ala has the full power. If Allah Ta'ala wants them to hear, they can hear everything that they have been addressed with. So nevertheless, Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam concluded here. Now was only left the spoils of war. So it is mentioned when they came, this was handed over initially to a person by the name of Abd bin Ka'b. So Abd bin Ka'b had the spoils of war. When they came to Safra, the place called Safra, there this discussion now started, that how should the spoils of war now be distributed. So we mentioned previously the young Sahaba, they said, Ya Rasulullah, we are the ones that went onto the battlefield. We are the ones that fought against the kuffar, so it should be given to us. The elderly ones, those that were a little older, they said, Ya Rasulullah, we were in the back, and we were the ones that planned everything. And if these people, they failed on the battlefield, they would have come to us for support. So it must be given to us. And there was a third group of Sahaba. The third group of Sahaba, they were responsible for taking care of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So they would stay with Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the battlefield all the time. They said that we were the ones that protected Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And if Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was injured, Nabi alayhi salam lost his life on the battlefield, all these spoils of war would have meant absolutely nothing, because we lost the Nabi of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. So we must also have a share. On that Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala revealed the initial verses of Surah Al-Anfal, that this has been left to the discretion of Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They will decide how they will distribute the spoils of war. We will continue from here.